here with Merrik Keller.
Frank, good to see you.
CenterEdge Software, and we're going to learn all the things that CenterEdge does for our great amusement industry.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for taking the time to stop by. As you may or may not know, CenterEdge is a full-service POS provider to the industry. Everything for facility from point of sale to event and party reservations, time clock and employee scheduling, waivers, capacity management. We really run the full gamut, from front of the house to back of the house operations to certainly everything online. Even full service food and beverage. So if you're a FEC that has a full restaurant component and not just quick service, we can meet those needs as well. We actually do everything except for cashless systems for game rooms, and with that, we're the only provider that actually integrates with all the leading cashless system companies.
That is a great thing to know. Do you also integrate with, let's say, all of the other systems that we would come across for bowling and laser tag and all that?
Certainly, there's a number of integrations out there. Obviously, a lot of vendors, a lot of options. Bowling, certainly being one, absolutely. Just launched an integration recently with the marketing company with FECs, which is really taking hold in the industry. So yeah, look, we know it's about delivering a meaningful solution for our customers. And wherever that roadmap kind of takes, we always look to step up to make sure they've got a solution to meet their needs.
Here's a question I get a lot.
Yeah.
People come out of the restaurant industry, they go to college, they get their degree, they have these systems that they do food and beverage with, and you know the names, you could tell me,
sure.
Micros, list goes on and on.
Absolutely.
What do you say to the FEC industry when they say, well, we're with those, what should we do?
Right, look, I say that you don't use your accountant to act as your lawyer, and you shouldn't try and use a restaurant system to service the needs of your FEC. The FEC is pretty unique, right? We have a lot of things happening under one roof in one property, and you need a purpose-built system. So I think where we saw that opportunity a number of years ago, that we kind of did everything but closing the gap there, where they just didn't have enough horsepower to handle the sit-down food and beverage and the graphical seating and those things that go along with the full-service restaurant. And we took the initiative, really 3 or 4 years ago at this point, to close that gap so we could really deliver, that one-stop solution. The other thing in using the food and beverage systems like a Micros in your FEC is you might be solving one problem, but you're creating 10 more on the FEC front. Just the continuity of a party reservation as an example. Getting game cards into guests' hands, servicing your larger group events. Look, we don't go after just the standalone restaurant industry. We don't look to play in the sandbox of a Micros. We look to make sure we're meeting the needs of our customers and being able to service the F&B needs of any entertainment destination. But without giving up all those other important pieces, like keeping the integrations with the cashless systems intact, keeping just things from your employee scheduling and timekeeping, be able to manage all areas of the facility, and just look, we don't want our customers to have to trade. We want them to have the tools at their disposal that can really impact their business and help them drive their revenue. And we've been successful, and I think we're actually seeing less and less of that. Still holding on in the bowling industry a little bit, but I can tell you over the last year we've spoken to more bowling-anchored facilities that are looking to have CenterEdge come in and be that central transaction, that central revenue system that then connects to bowling, connects to the game system, and allows the facility to solve problems while eliminating kind of a third-party system that's servicing a very specific need.
I got to tell you, Merrik, that is the best explanation that I have heard.
Good.
And now I think I understand it a little bit better than I did.
Well, look, we try to solve problems for our customers, and that was an obvious problem, and we think we did a nice job, and we appreciate all the feedback that we got from our users in helping us do that.
All right. How long has CenterEdge been in business?
Funny you should ask. Next year we celebrate 15 years in 2019. We're used by roughly about 1,000 users worldwide, mostly North America. Our international footprint has grown pretty steadily over the last 18 to 24 months, but there's a lot of fun here in the U.S. still, a lot of locations. This show is proof of that. Just a great turnout, booth traffic up from 2017. So we're really excited about what lies ahead, not only next year, but just even looking out long range the next few years. People like their fun, and that's what keeps us moving.
With 1,000 customers out there, what do you think the FEC market really is in North America? I've heard numbers all over the board.
Yeah, look, I have. I have as well. I had somebody today, just earlier, say they estimated at about 22,000 locations. I said, how do you know? I don't know. I think sometimes it's easier to kind of look at sectors, and here like trampoline parks as an example, I'm told there's just about 900 there.
Yes.
Bowling gives you a statistic, for their facilities. So I think there's a number, and you would certainly be better positioned, to probably tell me.
Do you want me to give it to you?
I do.
All right. My number, I think, is somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000.
Okay. Right. So 22,000, I thought was crazy, but you know what? You're counting movie theaters, you're counting other ancillary type of entertainment. My gut, I would have said, 9,000, 10,000. So you're.
And just for the heck of it, I couch that because you have to have a definition of what you're counting.
You're measuring, right?
And my measuring stick was to find, 30 years ago, a family entertainment center is 3 or more attractions.
3 or more. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, look. You've been doing this a long time, so I take your number to heart.
Thank you. All right, this has been great, Merrik. Thank you.
Frank, always a pleasure.